said it, sir!
Well, no shit. What have we got here? A fucking comedian, private joker. I admire your honesty.
Hey, hello, and welcome to my channel. As you can see from the title, today we're talking about Full Metal Jacket, and in particular, we're going to take a look at the character of Joker, one of our Marines, who we meet in the beginning of the film at Bootcamp, and then later follow to Vietnam. And we're going to see just how and why this character changes by the end of the film. We first meet Joker in the opening sequence as he and the other Marines are actually getting their heads shaved. I guess you could say they are leaving their old life and their old identity behind. Of course, we immediately enter the harsh world of the boot camp barracks, where we meet Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, our chief drill instructor, who tells them if they survive the boot camp, that they will literally become a weapon and they will be, quote, a minister of death praying for war, unquote. We then come to what I'm calling the renaming ceremony, as Sergeant Hartman verbally assaults the recruits, giving out new nicknames, like this guy who he renames Private Snowball. After telling a joke when he shouldn't have, we come to Sergeant Hartman renaming our main character to Private Joker, and then literally knees him in the stomach. This is a harsh place where they seem to want to totally remake someone's old identity into something much harder. Although the boot camp is physically and mentally tough, we actually see a more decent and caring side of Joker as he becomes friends with Cowboy and actually tries to help Leonard out a bit on their long marches and even shows him how to lace his boots correctly. But things go bad as Leonard eventually has a nervous breakdown and ends up killing Sergeant Hartman, literally in front of Joker. So this boot camp has actually been quite traumatic for our recruits. Joker gets sent to Vietnam after this, but he's basically working as a Stars and Stripes newspaper journalist for the military. But when he gets sent to cover a story near Phu Bai, he comes face to face with the mass killing. It's a horrifying sight. And notice his helmet, which says "Born to Kill" on it. But he also wears a peace sign button. Seems Joker is full of contradictions. He's a Marine who is obviously a thoughtful guy and wants peace, but he's also still in the middle of a war, and he's been trained to kill. After this, Joker meets up again with his friend Cowboy and more or less joins him and his unit called the Lusthogs, a colorful crew including Animal Mother and 8-Ball. As he moves out with them, they are caught by incoming fire and someone is killed. It's extremely grim as they seem to be marching on a city that is largely destroyed, crumbling, and burning anyway. So, what's the actual point? We see a lot of the harsh reality of war here, as a soldier is killed by a booby trap. Shortly after that, we see our map guy, 8-Ball, cut down by a sniper. Their existence is completely chaotic as they try to figure out what to do next. And then, even worse for Joker, his friend Cowboy is shot by the sniper. The reality sets in because Cowboy is shot bad and he doesn't make it. So our guys decide to get some payback, as they call it, and go to look for the sniper. Our guys move in on the sniper's position through the burning building. The sniper turns out to be a teenage girl who tries to kill Joker and actually ends up being shot by Rafterman. The other guys come around, and Animal Mother says they should just leave. But since she isn't dead yet, Joker says they can't just leave her. In an arguably cold and disturbing move, Animal Mother urges Joker to shoot her. And Joker does, I guess fulfilling what his helmet says, born to kill, since he's now a killer. The last shot, oddly, has our guys smiling and singing the Mickey Mouse song. There's an odd disconnect here that is hard to ignore. But as Joker says, he is alive and not afraid. So, before we actually sum up Joker's journey in this movie, I think we have to say a word about the strange disconnect that can allow someone who is seemingly a thoughtful and upbeat sort of person, as well as someone who wears a peace button, to become a killer by the end of the film, when he even showed a bit of concern for the person he then killed. It seems like psychologically there is some disassociation here, a disconnect from your actions or your environment. And we've seen this before in a Kubrick film, in A Clockwork Orange, because the Droogs there also seemed to disassociate from their home life, which is grim, to go out and do all the violence and crime they did, except they used drugs to disconnect. In Full Metal Jacket, it seems like the chaos, death, and harsh reality of war may be causing a similar psychological disconnect. So, Joker's journey starts when he arrives at Bootcamp and has his head shaved. The start of training also sees him get a new name, Joker, which fits his upbeat personality. But the instructor is actually violent at times, and the training is harsh as the guys go through a lot. When Joker arrives in Vietnam, he is confronted with actual death, and then his fellow soldiers and even his good friend Cowboy are shot and killed. Death comes quick here. When he goes to get payback for Cowboy, we see Joker shoot the young sniper. I'm assuming it's his first kill. Although you might expect him to be depressed, he's actually smiling and singing in the end. So this journey has seen Joker get psychologically and physically beat down, but also make good friends who unfortunately die in his arms. And he has killed a girl. Although outwardly he says he is not afraid, I think this war has changed him. But the results of that might not show up for many years, as we've seen does happen to many combat vets. Well, that's my new video about the journey of Joker from Full Metal Jacket. Hope you liked it. I am uploading this a few days before Veterans Day here in the USA, so it seemed appropriate to cover a war film. I'm also working on something for next week, and I hope to have that up soon. And I want to thank my great comment section. I always like reading those. Also, it does help my channel if you click that subscribe button. But either way, my name is Shim. Thank you for spending time with me, and have a great day.
Pray!
This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine. My rifle is my best friend. It is my life.